WICE in southern New England.
Your radio station #1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is WICE good guy George Hyde. Boy, it's been a long time since I've said that. Checking in from Tampa, Florida, with greetings and congratulations for all of the WICE good guys, the WICE All-Stars, and of course the WICE Double Dribblers who managed to be there for tonight's festivities. It's remarkable when you think about the talent that was assembled at the mighty 1290 in the late 60s and early 70s. King Arthur Knight, Bob DeCarlo, the Italian Stallion, Scotty Brink, Frank Kingston Smith, Bill Corsair, Dave Pierce, Pat Patterson. People in the newsroom like John S. Kennedy, Charlie Scoville, Jack Kavanaugh, Andy Fisher, Ralph Begleiter. Led by one-of-a-kind managers like Bob Dempsey and salespeople like Dave Grady and Steve Trivers. It seemed we all had one thing in common. We couldn't read a coverage map or we would have figured out that the mighty 1290 wasn't so mighty after all. But that didn't stop us from fighting the good fight against great competitors. I wish I could be with you tonight, not only to hear once again the stories that are bound to fly about WICE, but also because you have chosen, rightfully so, to recognize one of WICE's toughest competitors, Dick Rackavan, as well. After viewing Rackets as Providence Radio's Darth Vader for so many years, it was quite a revelation to find out later on in life that he's actually one of the nicest, most supportive, and most loyal friends and co-workers it's possible to have. And in many ways, more of a Rhode Islander than some of us who are actually born there. So congratulations to all of tonight's honorees and to the Rhode Island Radio Hall of Fame for presenting such a significant event to benefit a most worthwhile charity. Congratulations to all.
WICE was a very special part of my life. In fact, our lives. Since if I hadn't been on the way to the station that Christmas night on Angel Street, I never would have met my wife Janice 51 years ago. It was an honor to be one of the WICE good guys, a group of talents that were irrefutably the best in the business. Janice and I send our love and know that our thoughts and hearts are with you tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing WICE, our legacy station, Bob DeCarlo and Frank Kingston Smith.
Yes, you go. You go.
Well,
I
was there. I was there before you were.
That's right. You hired me.
You know, when we put this radio station on the air just about to the day in 1962. Who was not born in this room in 1962? No, please don't raise your hand. So anyway, I welcome you to Star Wars Day for our radio station. We are only on the air from May of 1962 through 1973 when the station was sold and turned into a talk station. But we have 9 of our personalities in the Rhode Island Radio Hall of Fame. Not too bad, huh? I started in September '63, right fresh out of college, Penn State University. And the next June, I was the #1 radio program in Morning Drive, beating Salty Brine. Sorry.
Oh,
That's how it went.
shucks. #1. He was
Anyway, I hired this dude in 1967. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Kingston Smith.
My turn.
Yeah, say something.
I was only at the station for a year and a half. I got hired to go to Boston. But I got to tell you that my year and a half at WICE was the most fun I think I've ever had standing up. Because we were a stand-up operation. We didn't have any chairs in the studios, so we stood. And it was the way radio was meant to be. We had this dynamic range and you could move around and dance and carry on. And it was fun. That was the thing about every radio station I worked for, but especially WICE, because it's the first one that I got a chance to be myself rather than being a format monkey, which is what I was at my previous station. So I loved it. It was a great station, great people. I mean, to work with King Arthur Knight was something else.
Gary Grade.
Mike Sands.
Mike Sands, yes, indeed.
And
Brad Pierce. And on it goes. George Hyde. Are you kidding? Let's see who else was in the. Oh, yeah. It was a great.
Al Fraser was doing overnights.
Well.
And then I worked with him again in Boston, and he turned out to be one of the best production people on the face of the earth. So I just enjoyed working with this dude.
Anyway, it was a great time in our radio careers. I started here fresh out of college and left in 1970. The best 7 years of my life in the greatest radio market in America at the time. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay here.